Welcome back, learners. My name is Shubhangi Jepulkar, Assistant Professor, Department of Advanced Management Studies, GS College of Commerce, Wardha. In this session, I am going to talk about the functions of performance management system. In the last session, we have seen what are the factors affecting it and what is the definition of performance management system. We have also covered performance appraisals. Friends, how an employee will be told that his performance is better or not, or excellent for that matter. So there will be some parameters with the company which will tell him that okay, these were the expectations and you have performed beyond them or not up to the mark. So let's see how this whole performance system works. So there are two things, planning and communicating what performance and how performance will be evaluated. Between this planning and communicating, there are three stages. One is setting expectations, setting standards, and setting measurements. So these are the 5 basic stages how performance management systems goes on. So we plan, we communicate to all the employees, and before that, before communicating, what we have to communicate is how their performance will be measured, how they can perform better, and what are the other opportunities for them, and how it is going to contribute in the overall productivity. So setting expectation standards and measurements is very essential. Friends, there has to be no bias while appraising people or while evaluating their performances. And that's why the organization demands a concrete and a structured measurement system which will give the overall view for and the equal chances for performing to all the employees. So the functions are divided into or are a part of these 5 stages. So what we do in planning, we set first the forecast, how many people are required, and once they are done, so plan, okay, XYZ departments need A, B, C functions to be done. Now these functions are divided into job profiles and these job profiles are created. So the first function is, or the planning involves recruitment and selection, that okay, performance measurement, the people are being recruited and selected. PMS support this function. What kind of people are required for XYZ job, that will be communicated by specific departments to the manpower planning department. So recruitment and selection is done, people have come to you, now there will be induction program and initial training wherein your employees will be communicated what is company, how it works and what they are expected to do. So the expectations are communicated to the employees. Now these expectations are set as per the needs of the company's or business goals which are strategically designed by the top management. Once these expectations are set, they are communicated through induction or training programs and people are given chances or employees will be asked to rate themselves that how they are feeling about their job. So expectations are done, their performance will be evaluated. So performance evaluation, or we can say evaluation. There are 2 parts of it. One is self-appraisals and other is appraisals by leaders. So the standards are set. For example, if there is a KPO or there is a BPO company wherein an employee is performing the finance or accounting task and he is supposed to process 100 entries in an hour. So that 100 is a standard expectation because that has come from the broader goal that okay, in 1 week we have to complete these many entries and those will be divided per employee, and that's how he is communicated that what are the standards are expected, how much accuracy is acceptable, there is service level agreement to which they have to comply with. So all the expectations and standards will be communicated. These standards are set, and after evaluating the performances, the performance appraisals, as we have seen in the last lectures also, the appraisals are done. So if a company wants to appraise someone, he has to be evaluated on the points gained by him. So how these points will be gained? There will be some structured format wherein his qualities and contributions will be measured. So measurements are contributed, like he has to be at least true to the 90% service level agreement complete achievement or so. So these measurements are, the performance appraisals will be done. Friends, even after training, if the employee is not able to perform something and he has the basic skills, that means that is something to be reviewed by the training and development department. So this gap analysis will be communicated to T&D. So T&D department will come into the picture and it will be communicated the gaps found. Although it is not good to find these gaps, but they are expected. Nothing is predicted perfectly, nothing happens in perfect way as planned. So there is always an area of improvement which a company on a continuous basis tries to fulfill. So these gaps will be analyzed and another training needs can be generated. So the role of the performance management system is not just measuring and evaluating performances and giving appraisals, but it also focuses on how these employees can perform better and have a career and succession planning. So next is career planning, wherein they will also be communicated how they can grow in particular organization stepwise or gradually, you can say. Career planning, and they will be communicated. So these are some of the functions of performance management system. It tells the company how its overall employee or human resource is performing and what are the standards, whether they are meeting the standards or not, and if not, then what can be done. So the solution or the resolution part can also be analyzed through PMS. And that is why PMS becomes very significant part of any HRM process. So this is about the functions of PMS. We will meet in the next lecture. This is Shubhangi Jepulkar. Remember, until we meet next. Thank you.